Alright, I want to give further discussion on the whole 10 to 15 year time period or deadline that we have. I've already spoke about how in 10 to 15 years you're going to see the growth of the black middle class in terms of children being born into the middle class with middle class parents, as opposed to now where most black people in the middle class weren't born there. They kind of transitioned over, like myself and my family, right? We didn't start off middle class. We didn't get there till what I was about five or six. So we still have a connect in terms of where we were from and now. And the same can be said for, other African American families in the same position, probably more them than me. So they have connections to where they're from. They know where they live, they know what area, they have friends and family still out there and all that other stuff. But like I said before, those children, right, people in my position, right, we are going to start having children, whether or not they're with other black people. We're still going to have children who are still going to be black, and they're going to be born into a society that we've already been in for the last 15 to 20 years. So their connect to the black lower income poverty neighborhoods of America isn't going to be there. They're not going to have any real established connections. All they're going to have are stories, and what they're really going to have to go off of is what they see on TV, right? So they're going to have a distorted view of what it is. Even now, right, what we see on TV is bullshit, right? Most blacks know what's really going on in certain environments. That's why I get upset with the whole idea of people embracing the hip-hop lifestyle. We've all seen it, right? I don't have to be from the hood to see what's going on, right? Especially if that's where my parents come from. It's all glamorized. But for those who don't know, you're going to take it as truth. So you're going to have a generation of blacks who are going to look at VH1, MTV Jams, all these videos, and take what they see as truth and be disconnected. Because, when I look at what I see on TV in terms of when they want to show the hip-hop culture and lifestyle, the damage in terms of what it really does is that it shows people that these people in these environments are working hard and applying themselves. They're just not choosing the right fields, right? So a guy walking around in chains and a Chrysler 300 on 24s in the hood, people aren't going to feel sorry. They're just going to say, yo, you're misguided, right? You need to apply your efforts somewhere else. You have the tools, you have the knowledge. I'm no longer going to feel sorry for you. If you can flaunt and gloat in the hood, why should I care? And that's how, in my opinion, this new up-and-coming middle-class generation is going to look at people from the hood. They're going to see the hood queens, the Keisha Coles, and, all these other people living these hood-rich lifestyles. And they're going to be like, yo, it's not my fault they're choosing to live this way. And they're not going to care. Okay? So what's going to happen next? They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to worry about, looking back and giving back to the community. They're not going to worry about all these intervention programs. They're not going to care. Because like I said before, they don't have a realistic perception of what's going on. And that's dangerous. Why? Because if they don't care, guess what? CNN's not going to care. Fox News isn't going to care. And all these other political and social avenues aren't going to care, because America wants to move on from the whole idea of the struggling black community. They hate talking about it, especially with Obama being president. Think about it. In 10 to 15 years, by God's good graces, if Obama gets reelected, what can black people say if we haven't moved on and we've had a black president for the last 8 years? Think, what are they going to say? Right? How are you still going to talk about our struggle, when the president of the United States for the last 8 years was black? No one's going to care. Everybody's going to be ready to move on. People are already talking about reverse racism and all that other stuff. Right? So no one, it's like the light going out and no one, even focusing on this group. Right? So that's why this 10 to 15 years is so important. Are things going to be completely solved? No. But there really is no forward momentum. Right? The people, I look at the Lil Waynes and all these other people, and they're nothing more than symbols of what's going on, what's wrong. And the fact that these men walk around freely and that they are not marginalized shows that we're not even ready to move on. Right? Before we can go anywhere, these men have to be marginalized. It's like you trying to remodel your house. You have to, demolish, take out the furniture, take out all the old fixtures, all the old walls, but they're still up there. And we're talking about moving on. Moving on to what? What can we build when the old stuff is still there? So we haven't even started. We haven't started. So, hopefully this video brings more clarification in the whole 10, 15 year thing. It's more than just dating and all that other stuff. It's about dealing with this whole idea of this mass movement that, MLK had and all the other black scholars of that time had. Right? This whole mass movement of the whole black psyche. It's here. Right? This is the critical period. There is no after. Right? There's no after. We're either going to patch up the ship or the ship is going to sink like the Titanic. So y'all holler at me, tell me how you feel. Take it easy. God bless.